Missing out on this one thing is probably why you're missing out on a distinction entirely. Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified. I'm Shaveen Bandaranaike. Throughout the past several years of conducting fast-track and masterclass programs for students all around the world, which now you can access through the comprehensive online law school platform, complete with theory, tutorial, and workshop lessons I've conducted for students who've gone on to achieve distinctions in all formats of law degrees. I have understood one of the fundamental reasons why students tend to fall short, so to speak, of what they could achieve in relation to an assignment submission, a formative or a summative assessment, is by them missing out on a crucial ingredient, which is, for the lack of a better terminology, staring at them straight in the face. So, what's this one thing that students seem to be missing out on? Simple. The rubric. Now, I know this might seem easier said than done, but oftentimes the very reason why students miss out on that elusive distinction is because they fail to match the requirement spec, so to speak, of the assignment or the formative or summative assessment to their actual submission. Have a look at any assignment rubric or the specification that is required by the university or your individual professor, and you'll notice there would be components which indicate the learning outcomes, as well as how they would be marking individual assignments. Reading the fine print is what gets you an elevated score from merely that of a pass or even a second lower to a second upper. And if you're really good at what you're doing and if you're able to fine-tune your responses to match those of what is required by the assessment, a distinction at that. Now, on a number of different occasions on this very YouTube channel, as well as the different platforms the Law Simplified is disseminated on, I've tried to impress upon all of you, as well as my fast track and masterclass students, the importance of following the rubric, looking at the instructions, the learning outcomes, and how their marking scheme is set up. While it might fundamentally be something that you gloss over, this is where reading the fine print makes sense. What you see on that paper is what they're going to grade you on. And if you take it in the context of a contract, for instance, between yourself and your professor or your university, that's what your obligations are. And if you follow that rubric and the instruction, they have to give you the distinction that you richly deserve. Right. As the length of this YouTube video would suggest, the elusive factor is not something overly complicated. But by saying that, I don't mean determining the rubric or the instruction of the assessment is easy. You need to spend time, put in some effort, and understand and put yourself into the shoes of your assessor, of your examiner, to determine what exactly does he mean by the specific instructions that he or she has given. But once you have done that, and you're able to map the structure of your essay submission or your problem or scenario-based question to it and articulate a response hitting the right notes, so to speak, the distinction that you richly deserve won't be that far away. That being said, until the next time that we meet, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.